Okay, so good morning, students. Okay, so today we're going to look at this topic called area of triangle. Okay, area of triangle. So in our previous classes, we have learned that we have learned the two rules lah, which is the sine rule and the cosine rule. Okay, and then when we talk about sine rule, we have to talk about this ambiguous situation where sometimes when you get the answer, you have to look at the question to see whether the angle is an obtuse angle. Just to remind you, there are two types of angles that we need to remember in this particular subtopic. Okay, which is the acute angle. Acute angle because it's cute, bahkan. So it's less than 90 degrees. Tiny and cute, very small and very cute. Okay, obtuse angle, okay, because the word obtuse sounds like the word obese, so it's a very fat angle. Okay, so it's between 90 to 180 degrees. Okay, so we have covered this in our previous class. In the second subtopic, we learned about the cosine rule. Okay, and in the cosine rule, I said that there are two situations where we use the cosine rule. Situation number one is if I give you two sides, okay, and I give you the angle that is in between the two sides, and I ask you to find the side that is opposite to the angle. Okay, this one we have to use cosine rule because we don't have enough information to use the sine rule. Okay, the second situation is if I give you three sides and I ask you to find one of the angles. This one also we have to use the cosine rule, except that this situation got a little bit of pindah-pindah lah. You have to pun koci a lot of times. Okay, mau kena pindah-pindah banyak kali. Okay, so these are the two these are the two situations where we use cosine rule. Okay, now today we are going to be talking about the area of the triangle, and we are going to use the same two situations that we talked about in the cosine rule. So situation number one is if I have a triangle ABC, and I give you the side, saya bagi kamu CCA over here, okay, the side A and the side B, and I give you the angle C that is in between these two sides. Okay, this is a very important condition. So I give you side A, side B, and angle C. So the formula for the area is 1 over 2 times side A times side B times sine angle C. Okay, definitely we use sine. Okay, times sine angle C. Okay, so for example, let me give you an example. This is a very simple example. So I give you, let's say this is 3 cm, this is 4.2 cm, and this is 6.3 cm. And I give you this angle. Okay, and this angle, let's say I say is 42 degrees. Okay, so I ask you to find the area of triangle. Okay, so take a look back. The situation is you must have two sides and the angle must be between the two sides. Cannot be the one that is tidak berkaitan. Okay, so to help you to see this, okay, this is the angle, right? 42 degrees. So that means the two sides that we want must be this side and this side. Cannot be the 3 cm. The 3 cm is not connected to the 42 degrees. So the area of triangle, okay, will be 1 over 2, 6.3 times 4.2 times sine 42 degrees. Now the good news about this is you can press everything satu kaligus in your calculator. Okay, so it will be 1 over 2. Okay, once again, okay, 1 over 2 times 6.3 times 4.2 times, okay, take a look at this. This is 6.3 times 4.2. Okay, then you times with sine 42. Okay, everything you just tekan sine times. Okay, you will get the answer 8.853, 3 decimal places, okay, centimeter squared. Okay, Because this is centimeter, right? So we use centimeter squared lah. If it is in meter, then you use meter squared. If it is in feet, then you use feet squared. Okay, but we don't use feet lah. We usually use meter or centimeter or sometimes kilometer. Okay, but just kasih squared lah because it's an area of triangle. Now, if you don't want to use times, you can also use bracket. Okay, so 1 over 2, then you open the bracket like this. Huh? Okay, then you 6.3, close the bracket, open the bracket 4.2. Okay, macam ni. Okay, can you see? Can you see? Can you see? So you just put the bracket everything, then you bracket the last one lah, sine 42. Okay, you will still get the same answer. This one also you kasih bracket lah. So if you don't want to use times, you want to use bracket, also no problem. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. So it's a very simple use of the formula. But this is the thing. I don't want you to confuse with the formula that you learned when you were in Form 1. The Form 1 formula is what? Last time we always learned this, right? This is the height, this is the base. So the formula for area is 1 over 2 times height times base. Kan? This is the one that we learned last time in Form 1. We can still use this formula if I know what is the height. But now let's say this triangle, I don't know what is the height. I don't know what is the height, makan. So if I don't know what is the height, I need to have an alternative formula. Okay, so that I don't have to make my life difficult by, die lah, I don't know what is the height, how to find. Okay, this formula is so easy to use. Okay, all you have to know is just half AB sine C. Okay, just remember that it is the two sides and then the sine of the angle in between. Okay, so pretty easy, right? Actually, if you want to use this formula, actually it's really not that difficult. You just have to make sure that the two sides and the angle are connected to one another. You cannot like simply change. And then don't forget that you can still use this formula 1 over 2 times height times base, but only if you know what is the height. If you don't know what is the height, then you have to use an alternative formula. Okay, so there is more than one formula for area of triangle. I hope that you can open your mind to realize that there is more than one way to find the area of triangle. Okay, don't be so tutup minda. Don't be so close-minded. Wow, only got one way to find area of triangle, got no other way. The way that I learned in Form 1 or the way that I learned when I was in primary school is the only way. Wow, like that your life is going to be very difficult. Okay, we learn a new way so that it makes things easier for us. Okay, if you know the height, then use this one. If you don't know the height, then we use an alternative method. Okay, let's do one example. Okay, I'm going to give you two triangles. Okay. Okay, I'm going to give you two triangles. So triangle number 1 is 16.2. This is 49. This is 18.4. This is 17.6. Okay, the second triangle. This one is a little bit challenging, but I want you to try. Okay, this is 10 cm. This is 60 degrees, and this is 35 degrees. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 minutes to try to answer both questions, and then I'm going to ask you for the answer. Okay? All right, go ahead. Give this a try. Question number 2 is a little bit challenging. Okay, there is a piece of information that you still need to find. So think about what we have learned before. Okay, sine rule, cos rule. Can we use the sine rule and cos rule to help us to find the side? Okay? All right, 10 minutes, and then I will ask you to answer. Oh, sorry, let me write the formula. 1 over 2 AB sine C. Okay, this is the formula for area. Give this a try, everyone. What is the answer you get? 112.482. All right, excellent, good. So 112.482. Don't forget to put the unit lah. Okay. Oh, I didn't put unit block. Sorry. So if this is in cm, then we will use cm squared lah. Okay. Now question number 2. Can I have Stephanie for this? What did you get? 75.206. Okay, area is 75.206. Okay, can you tell me how you got this answer? I'm not saying the answer is wrong, but I just want you to work. I just want you to tell me what are the steps that you take to get this answer. How do you get this answer? Because I only have one side, which is 10. How do I find another side? Wait for you to type out your answer. Can you tell me how you got the side? Okay, 180 minus 60 minus 35. Okay, 180 minus 60 minus 35 to get this one is 85 degrees. Okay, very good. And then after that? Okay, and then she said x over sine 85 equals to 10 over sine 35. Okay, excellent, very good. So this is x. Okay, if I want to use this angle, I need to have this side. So how to find this side? We use the sine rule. Okay, and you will get the value of x equals to, okay, this one I'll do lah, divide by sine 35 times sine 85. So you will get the value x equals to 17.3681. I always suggest that before you get your final answer, always use 4 decimal place. And then when you finally have the final answer, then only you round off to 3 decimal place. Okay, so this is 17.3681. Okay, so I use the area formula 1 over 2 times 10 times 17.3681 times sine 60 because I want to use this set. Okay, 10, 17.3681 times this one. So 1 over 2 times 10 times 17.3681 times sine 60, and you will get the same answer that Stephanie got, okay, which is 75.206 centimeter squared. Okay, excellent. Okay, so this is why we need to learn the sine rule and the cos rule first. Okay, so we use all these things now. Of course, sometimes it's as easy as using the sine rule, and other times, unfortunately, you have to use the cos rule, which is a little bit more complicated. Okay, so don't, just because we are studying this subtopic, doesn't mean the sine rule and cos rule you can, throw away and buang ke laut, or you cannot. You still have to use it in this situation. Okay, so as I said just now, this is situation number 1. I give you 2 sides and I give you the angle. Okay, now there is a second situation which I want to talk about also today. Okay, second situation. Okay, situation number 2 is if I give you, okay, if I give you 3 sides, A, B, and C, and I don't give you the angle. Okay, so if I give you 3 sides, okay, I don't give you any angle. Of course, you can use sine rule and cos rule to find all the angle, and then you can still use the half AB sine C. You can still use that. But I want to teach you another shortcut method. And this shortcut method is known as Herons Formula. Okay, Herons Formula for area of triangle. Okay, so listen carefully. This is how Herons Formula works. Step number 1, okay, calculate the temporary, okay, temporary perimeter. Okay, actually it's not called temporary lah. In our textbook, it's called a semi-perimeter lah. Okay, I also don't know why. Semi-perimeter. Okay, this is how you calculate the semi-perimeter. I'm going to call the semi-perimeter the letter S. So S equals to A plus B plus C divided by 2. So the 3 sides, you add together, and then you divide it by 2. Step number 1. Okay. Step number 2, substitute. Okay, substitute S, A, B, and C into Herons formula. Okay, and this is Herons formula. Area equals to square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Okay, now it looks very complicated, like, wow, I've got so many letters. But actually, if you think about it, it's very simple. Okay, let me give you an example. I'm going to leave this formula here. Actually, this formula is in your textbook, page 259 lah. You can also refer to this. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so in this triangle, okay, I have 10, 11, and 5 cm. Okay, so step number 1, calculate the semi-perimeter. So the semi-perimeter S equals to 10 plus 5 plus 11 divided by 2. Okay, so 10 plus 5 plus 11 divide by 2, you get 13. Okay, kawan-kawan, saya mau kasih ingat I want to remind you, and this is always please total up the top here first, and then you divide by 2. Okay, jangan juga kamu tekan 10 plus 5 plus 11 per 2. Okay, don't type this please. Okay, if you type this, you will surely get the wrong answer. Remember, people, you must be smarter than the calculator. The calculator is supposed to help you, okay, not supposed to teach you. Okay, so 10 plus 5 plus 11 equals to 13. So S equals to 13. Okay, so Herons formula, area, okay, equals to S is what? S is 13 times, okay, then this one will be 13 minus 10. And 13 minus 10 will be 3. Then 13 minus 5. 13 minus 5 is 8. And then 13 minus 11. 13 minus 11 is 2. Everything you square root. Okay? S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Just minus, minus, minus only. And very, very simple. Actually, it's very, very simple. Okay, so what do we get? We get 13 times 3 times 8 times 2. You get square root of 624. Okay, and you will get the answer 24.980. Okay, centimeter squared. Okay, so this is situation number 2. Just like when we use cos rule, right? When we use the cosine rule, there was a second situation. So we must be smart, Can I still use this half AB sine C in this triangle? Okay, can lah, actually can. I can use the sine rule, I can use the cos rule to find one of the angles, and then after that, but it's so panjang, Look at this method. This method is so pendek. Just use Herons formula. It's so much more easier. Okay, but of course you have to remember the situation lah. Okay, if this is the situation I give, okay, let's say I don't give you this, right? I only give you these two. If this is the situation I give, then you have to use the original area of triangle formula, half AB sine C. But if I give you 3 sides, I don't give you the angle, don't make your life difficult. Use Herons formula. Okay, very simple. Okay, it's very simple. All right, so let's try another 2 questions, and then I will call another 2 people to give me the answer. Okay, first triangle, 5.4 centimeter. Okay, 7.3 cm, 6.1 cm. Okay, second triangle. Do I want to do this? Oh, yeah, so bad. Okay lah. Second triangle. So bad lah. Okay, fine. 11, 5 cm. Everything is cm. 11, 5, and 12 cm. Okay. This one, because it's so easy, I only give you 5 minutes to answer. Okay, 5 minutes, find the area of both triangles. Use Herons formula. I'm going to write down the formula again. Area equals to S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Okay, square root. This is Heron's area formula. Okay, 5 minutes, and then I will call another 2 people to give me your answer. 84.988. Okay, Olivia? Centimeters squared, okay, don't forget, because this is area, not length. Okay, Olivia, 27.495 centimeters squared. Okay, can I just ask Benedict? Benedict, both this answer correct? I just want to verify. Actually, because I very lazy to count. Benedict, correct or not? Benedict, are you watching TV? Number 1, not the same. Number 2, same. Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, number 2, same. What about the rest? Number 1, did you get the same answer as Yvonne, or you got a different answer as Yvonne? Wong Chong Han? Number 1 same or number 2, number 1 different? $16.142. For number 1, is it? Ng Wei Chen? Okay, centimeters squared. Wow, Yvonne, how did you get? Did you forget to? Oh, no. Mine same with him. Okay, so it's 16.142. All right, let's just double check. The semi-perimeter, x equals to 5.4 plus 6.1 plus 7.3. Then you divide by 2. Okay, so you will get 5.4 plus 6.1 plus 7.3. Guys, remember, there could be a number of reasons why you got a different answer. Okay, even though you use the same formula. Remember, this one, you press equals first. Okay, then only you divide by 2. Sorry. Okay, then only you divide by 2. Don't go and press all straight away. Okay, so you should get this one is 9.4. Okay, so the area will be 9.4 times 9.4 minus 5.4. Okay, will be times 4. 9.4 minus 6.1. Okay, you get 3.3. And then 9.4 minus 7.3. Okay, 2.1. Then the whole thing you square root. Okay, once again, settle this one first and then only you square root. Okay, so 9.4 times 2.1, sorry, times 4 times 3.3 times 2.1. Okay, then when you square root, you will get 16.142 cm squared. Okay, Yvonne, I'm not sure where you went wrong and how you got this answer. Okay, but try to see where you went wrong and then learn from your mistake. Okay? All right, so your homework for today, okay, your homework for today, I'm going to give you a handout in your group, okay? So you finish the entire handout just as practice, okay? Finish the entire handout just as practice, but I want you to answer page, textbook questions, okay? I want you to answer page 258, okay? Self-practice 9.7. Question number 2 and number 3. Okay, and then I want you to answer page 260, self-practice 9.8. Okay, question number 2 and question number 3 also. Okay, I want you to answer these 4 questions for your homework, and then hand this into your Google Classroom before our next class. Okay? So the handout I will give you in a while in the group. Okay, then that handout that I'm going to give you is just for you to practice only. Okay, this is the real homework. Please do the practice questions first, so that when you do the homework, it becomes much easier. Okay, so in our next class, technically we have finished this chapter lah. Everything that you're supposed to learn in this chapter, all the formula already learned. Okay, but I don't want to go to the next chapter yet because I want to talk about questions involving solution of triangles. Okay, this is a pretty easy chapter, so I want to go through like SPM type questions, so that you know how to use how many formulas, 4 or 5 formulas, okay, into situations. Okay, so be prepared lah. Next week and the whole week, next few classes lah. Okay, the few classes will be answering a lot of SPM type questions. Okay, so be ready for that.